Entaro Tassadar, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kyle Laris, and today I'm going to be bringing you a game between elfi and SjoW. I can only imagine he pronounces it as SjoW, considering I'm pretty sure he's from a Scandinavian country, so I'm going to assume, yes, it's SjoW. SjoW has been rising in the ranks very fast as of late. He has become a very, very strong Terran player, and oh my god, it's not a PvZ! Whoa! This is like sacrilege towards my actual channel, since recently it's become PvZ land. But no, today we're on a PvT and we're going to be on Zelnaga Caverns, which is turning out slowly to be one of my favourite maps. And I've heard good things about this game. I heard it was pretty good, so I'm going to be casting it. I haven't actually watched it yet, so let's see what happens. Ooh. For anybody who did randomly catch one of the brutal guide videos that I put up on my channel last night, you weren't meant to see that. Technically, I'm under NDA to not show anybody that who doesn't pay for it. I know that sucks or whatever, but you know, gotta earn a living, don't I? So yeah, sorry about that. So regardless, as we can see, So is going to be throwing down that barracks pretty early on at 12, and as we can see, elfi is going for that gateway on 13. I'm going to be sending out that first probe in order to see what's going on over in the base of SjoW, and I'm going to keep my production tab open just to see what's going on. Another refinery going down for SjoW, and an assimilator going down for elfi as well. So both players playing very standard at this point. Nothing too strange going on, just going to be going about their own business. Not too worried about what the other player is doing right now, although elfi is going to come in here and see what is going on in the base of SjoW. More production tabs, we see lots of SCVs and probes being made, and throwing guys in gas there straight away, as well as elfi throwing guys in gas straight away as well. Doing a little bit of probe harassment, but not getting too much done with that, taking that SCV down to half health, and now producing his first marine. And a cybernetics core coming out for elfi, and another... oh my god, what the hell is with this last... oh, right, no, I'm going to be calm and cool. And a supply depot coming out for SjoW as well now. I wonder if he's going to be moving out with this marine. He's going to be taking out ever so slightly in order to see if there's any probes out there. Sees that there's none and moves back up the ramp. So now the cybernetics core is almost complete, and nice saturation going on here, just continuing to reduce the probes, and also throwing his second assimilator up there, and going to be throwing guys in gas very quickly. Now researching warp gate technology and chrono boosting that warp gate technology out, as well as grabbing that first stalker in order to be able to fend off any kind of early pushes. Personally, I enjoy getting a zealot between whilst my gateway is produced and my cybernetics core is in production, but personal preference. I find that if I don't produce that first zealot, sometimes I can get caught off with early pressure, but again, I'm pretty sure elfi knows what he's doing, as he's a very highly rated Protoss player, and throwing down that second gateway as well as a third gateway, so maybe going into a 3-gate expansion here against the Terran player. 3-gate expansion's always very nice, and the factory has just completed for SjoW at this point, and he's going to be producing a Hellion. Wow, I'm actually surprised Hellions only take 30 seconds to complete. That's pretty epic. And a starport only takes 50 seconds. What the hell? So, starport on its way now. I'm going to be going for a 1-1-1 build and a 4th gateway going down for elfi at this point. So, interesting 4-gate tactic here, maybe going for elfi. I assume he's going to be pushing out with this. He is using this stalker to do a bit of scouting, and he is going to see this Hellion, so he's going to get a few pot shots off on him. I wonder if he's actually going to kill this. I really doubt it. No, SjoW does wisely pull that away, and he is going to be throwing a proxy pylon behind these bushes. Really nice place for pylons on this map. And as you can see, this stalker is trying to intercept this Hellion, and what is with this frame rate? Like, seriously, that's horrible. But we're going to be calm, and this Hellion is going to be able to scoot past into the base of elfi, and he's going to see these 4 gates. I can only imagine he's going to see these 4 gates. He's moving behind these bushes. He really needs to go up into the base of SjoW, elfi, in order to be able to actually see what's going on, although this stalker might actually pick him off since he is now at half health. A few shots from him will do a lot of damage, and a few marines here at the top of the base here in order to be able to try and fend this off. A lot of shots going off on that stalker, almost killing him, but we do see now a few Banshee coming out, and no cloak in production just yet, but a few zealots have been warped in now and are going to be able to tank a lot of this marine damage. Now trying to throw up a bunker in desperation. As you can see, this 4 warp gate is doing quite a lot of damage at this point, especially since he's gone for those quick Banshees, but this Banshee and marines are probably going to be able to shoot us off quite easily. These Banshees do a lot of damage to ground units. bringing out a few SCVs in desperation here at this point, and he's going to be trying to throw the bunker down again, but the stalkers don't actually stop, and as you can see, the SCVs are tanking quite a lot of this damage, but and also producing a tank at this point, but doing a lot of damage, actually taking out those tech buildings on this factory and the starport. But it seems like this is going to be held off pretty easily at this point by SjoW, although he did sacrifice quite a bit of economy considering that he did use a lot of those SCVs in order to tank a lot of damage. So now warping in a few more units here, elfi. I'm not so sure this is that wise, as there are quite a few units up here, including this tank which is being repaired by SCVs. Another Banshee coming out at this point, and it, again, is going to be doing a lot of damage to these units. Oh, taking out that tank, that's pretty damn big at this point, and this bunker has just gone up, so now he's going to need to retreat, as this is going to be pretty impenetrable at this point for a 4-gate. Oh god, I need to breathe. Breathe. So, okay, Hellion securing the Selnaga watchtower, and in the base of elfi is just grabbing that Twilight Council. I imagine he's going to be going for blink at this point, as he can just blink in the back here and then blink out as well. Very useful blink when you're actually going up against the Terran player. I use blink quite a lot against the Terran, but again, elfi probably knows damn sight better than I do what he's doing with that. So now throwing down a second bunker in order to secure this, a third bunker as well. Wow, SjoW is really going on the defensive here. And also in the base of elfi, he has actually taken off quite a few probes, killing 3 probes with that Hellion at that point, but this Stalker did finally deal with him. And going to be throwing down a robotics facility as well, so a lot going on one base here for elfi. I'm surprised that he's going all this on one base. I can only assume he's gearing up to take an expansion very soon, otherwise he's just not going to be able to fund this anytime soon. So he is going for that observer, and we do see now that SjoW has just got a medevac out as well as researching cloak, and as I predicted before, blink is on the way. A siege tank on the way as well as a few marines, but as you can see, this fortification at the front of SjoW's base is pretty rock solid. This isn't going to be broken by anything anytime soon, and an observer is on the way, so that's going to be able to deal with the cloaked banshees eventually, and he will come in here and actually see the fact that there's going to be cloaked banshees on the way, no doubt. But we do see a Viking out now, as well as just more banshees coming out, and a marine as well. So producing another observer now, very good idea to get more than one observer in the position of Protoss, as you will need one in your mineral line, and Blink has just finished researching now, so he's going to be able to use that effectively in order to be able to save his units, but then again, this is a pretty damn menacing ball of units right here in order to be able to deal with for such few Stalkers. While Stalkers are very expensive in comparison to these Marines effectively will chew through the Stalkers, unfortunately, given the opportunity and the stim. So now, actually, this pylon has just spotted this Banshee, and SjoW is not going to be happy about that at all. This Banshee is going to be coming around, but he knows that he needs to get back with these Stalkers and defend, but he does have this observer in position, so regardless of though SjoW does have cloak, this Banshee is going to be pretty ineffective. Coming around with a second Banshee, anticipating that there is going to be an expansion here, and there is one going down, so he could actually try and snipe this off if he's lucky, but I imagine SjoW will actually try and pick that off. He is grabbing a robotics bay now, and an orbital command morphing in for this command center that SjoW has thrown down, and once this harassment with these Banshees do go in, he's going to be in a really fine position in order to be able to expand. Nice blink there, trying to pick off these Banshees, and oh my god, only just missing out on that Banshee. This Banshee could come in and do quite a bit of harassment, since Blink was on cooldown for just a brief second there, but decides not to, and is going to be taking that Banshee back to his base. Another Banshee moving out here, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be rallying that back home eventually, or just keeping it in the back of the opponent's base in order to be able to do some harassment later. So now Stim Pack on the way, as well as a Raven. We do see an Immortal just about to finish, as well as a few Zealots warping in, and these units are going to be moving out, trying to pick off this pylon as quickly as possible and securing his expansion. So both players here are securing expansions at a very, very similar time. But I'm pretty sure at this point elfi has quite a good advantage, considering that he has Colossi coming out. Although once SjoW doesn't notice that Colossi coming out, he's going to be producing some Vikings and going to be shutting that down pretty solidly, since he does already have that starport in action. And if you'll excuse me for just a brief second, I need to take a damn drink, because I've been talking non-stop for 13 minutes. Oh god. Okay, that wasn't very clever. Excuse my dying. I probably should have paused or something to do that, but screw it, who cares? No, I'm joking. No, I'll be fine, don't worry. So, SjoW has a very, very sizable army in the front of his expansion here, going to be throwing down a barracks in order to be able to reinforce even further. Oh my god. Oh, I am going to die, this is the worst day ever. And now producing out of a lot of these tech structures, unit producing structures even, but actually silocked, so not actually able to produce that tank just yet. Oh god, I shouldn't have done that. Second, oh, second, second Colossi on the way. Right, okay, I'm fine. Honestly, I'm fine. Second Colossi on the way, as well as extended thermal lances. And SjoW at this point has a really menacing force. He could potentially push out here and do quite a lot of damage, especially if he were to reinforce with a few Vikings and Templar archives. Genuinely, this is the worst cast ever. I'm just like dying halfway through it. It's terrible. And moving out with a lot of Marines here. Although they will get chewed through by these Colossi, considering that they do hellish damage to these units. So now moving in with a lot of these units, stimming up, preparing for an attack, and he really needs to deal with these Colossi, otherwise he's going to be in a really bad spot. Those Colossi moving a bit too far forwards at that point, and all these Marines are going to go down to these units, and although taking out both Colossi, so he's in a pretty good position at this point to show he has these Ravens as well as this point defense drone in play. And he's going to be moving back, picking up a few of those tanks with that Medivac. Really nice play there from SjoW. And we do see now Psionic Storm being researched for Elfi. Although I'm not so sure how effective Psionic Storm is going to be, as SjoW is mixing it up here, really getting quite a variety of units. Got Ravens, Vikings, Banshees, Medivacs, Marines, tanks, everything going on here, even a Hellion or two. So SjoW really showing the versatility here of the Terran army. Being able to use everything to hit best of his ability, and a few High Templar sitting in the back here. I'm not so sure that SjoW actually has seen this Templar archives. No, he hasn't, so he doesn't actually know that there's any Templar coming out right now. And he really needs to be able to spot that in order to maybe get some ghosts out and do some EMP action. Although that being said, I'm not sure why every Terran doesn't go EMP against Protoss, considering that it pretty much destroys any kind of push that Protoss can do at this point in the game. And a few more Templars actually warping in, as well as just trying to get this expansion as saturated as he possibly can. Good positioning on this observer here, making sure that if any Banshees do actually come in, he can deal with those. And this Banshee has been sat here for a long time, accumulating energy, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do see this coming to the back of one of the bases anytime soon, and actually making a little bit of a